Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. We're going to react today to China is bracing for a giant impact.
A few moments later.
This is Altcoin Daily reacting to. Let's get into the video.
Well, if Bitcoin will become the ultimate type of a form of the currency then adopted by humans.
Oh my, dog. Dog, if Bitcoin succeeds, we're all going to die. Yo, that's a little drastic, bro. And what does that, what? What are you trying to say right now, my guy? That's crazy. Y'all are that scared. Y'all that scared of Bitcoin because you know they're coming for the traditional finance. You know we're coming for that. Anyways, let me relax, bro.
Society, I can tell exactly what's going to happen as the worst scenario or the must scenario. We're all going to die. This is not a joke.
This just in. China is bracing themselves for...
Yo, this guy is fried, bro. This guy's fried. That is the craziest propaganda. They're saying, I know what's going to happen. I can tell you what's going to happen. We're all going to die. That's what he said out of his mouth. The one thing that is crazy to me is like assuming people around the world believe this garbage. That's so egregious. It's just nuts. That's just nuts, bro.
for a giant impact. If you're an investor in Bitcoin and crypto markets, you need to watch today's whole video. China is in a position where they need to print intense stimulus for their markets to sustain. This is not just according to me. This is what the managing director of China Market Research Group is warning people. He's only been scared like this 2 other times before in his life. Listen to what he calls for at the very end of this clip.
Sean Ryan is founder and managing director of China Market Research Group. On a scale where 1 is flat and 10 is bubbly, where is the Chinese economy right now?
I'd give it a 1, Tyler. So, as you know, I've been in China for 27 years. There are only 2 times that I've been really scared about a systemic financial risk in the economy. The first was in October of 2022 when we were dealing with the madness of zero COVID draconian laws in China. At that time, if you were considered a close contact of someone with COVID, you'd be sent away to a quarantine hospital for 15 days. So people didn't go out to restaurants, they didn't go out to shop because they were scared of having their family members taken away. The second time I've been very nervous was in August and September of this year. The business sentiment, consumer sentiment collapsed. So companies stopped hiring. That's why there's an 18.8%.
I'm not laughing at these people. Trust me, I'm not laughing. I promise. I'm not laughing. That is serious. But what is going on in China, bruh? This is why y'all are about to print all this money. And this is why it's good for assets. It's messed up. Because when the real world is doing so bad, usually assets are pumping. It's ridiculous. Backwards.
Youth unemployment rate. Basically, Chinese youth are facing a lost generation. The second reason is it's very difficult to fire people in China. If somebody's been working in your company for 9 years, you have to give them 30 days notice plus 9 months of severance. So instead of just outright laying off workers, what companies started to do was cut salaries. They actually started clawing back bonuses from previous years, and they started demoting people. So what ended up happening, Tyler, is in August, September of this year, a very toxic, scared workforce permeated throughout the entire country. And that's why retail sales were only 2.2% growth in August, and everything hit a standstill. So the government had to launch a monetary policy, and that's why what I call a mini stimulus, but that's why you've seen the Chinese equity markets boom in the last 3 to 4 weeks, because the government realized
what has caused Sean this collapse, if I may call it that, in sort of the economic animal spirits of the Chinese consumer? That's question number 1. And when you say something like this, when you say that this economy is a 1 on a scale of 10, do you feel vulnerable to you have any fear of retribution or that somebody's going to knock on your door when you say stuff like that?
Well, I think everybody knows I tell the truth. And so I'm going to be very balanced and very objective on what the economy is. So it's a very bad situation, which is why I'm calling for the government to launch more incremental, targeted fiscal stimulus.
The harsh reality of the situation
Yo, I don't know who that guy is. Honestly, we'd have to do some research to really fact check what he's saying. But if in the event what he is true, and y'all are talking about BRICS currency and China being the next superpower and blah blah blah, yo, I don't see how that's possible right now. And I'm gonna say it like I tell everybody else. Whether you're at the bottom of financial class or at the tippity tip top and you're the CCP running shit like a gang up there, there's only one thing that's gonna save you in the long run. And I think you can take a small guess as to what that is.
is this: the US market might actually be worse than the China market. This is the warning that billionaire investor
Damn.
Paul Tudor Jones is
As I was just saying that too, bro. Oh my God. Okay. I might just take back everything I just said. No cap. Low key, I might take back everything I just said.
giving to people. The US debt
Listen.
to GDP ratio, this looks like it's about to explode. They can't keep kicking the can down the road on this forever. This could get bad.
I think it's really important that we frame where we are right now. And where we are is an incredible moment in U.S. history. And what I really want to talk about is the debt trajectory that we're on. So we've gone in the space of 25 short years from debt to GDP at the federal level from about 40% to almost 100%, 60% in 25 years. And if you look at what our trajectory, what CBO projects our trajectory to be, as well as what we see is, and we're going to project further than CBO. So I'm going to show you a chart. This is debt to GDP. So CBO says that we go from 98 to 122, I think 124. That's very conservative over the next 10 years. If you extrapolate that 30 years, you get to 200% debt to GDP.
Oh.
And so that's something, obviously something that can't go on forever, won't.
Yes.
And the question is, after this election, will there be some point of recognition, particularly with all the tax cuts that are being promised by both sides and the spending plans? I mean, they're handing out tax cuts like they're Mardi Gras beads, right? We're doing tax cuts on everything from tips to toucans. So it's crazy what's being promised. After the election, I think the fact that you've got 7 to 8% budget deficits as far as the eye can see, the question is, will the markets allow either candidate? I think under Trump...
Bro, this guy's yapping, bro. This is opinion based. I thought he was going to tell me some facts. Like the last guy had some facts, bro.
The deficit goes up by $500 billion per year. Under Harris's plan, it goes up by an additional $600 billion plan per year. I have a feeling all those are just pipe dreams.
Please watch the next clip. More people need to watch the next clip. Paul Tudor Jones just said the quiet part out loud. I can't believe he admitted this. Here he explains how our U.S. economy is as fake as WWE wrestling. Listen.
I was watching this Vince McMahon documentary, and in it, and I
Yo, how are you gonna tie Vince McMahon and the WWE into finance? Please, please. Let's see where this goes, bro. This is nuts.
I loved wrestling, particularly when Stone Cold and The Rock and all of them. So in it, there's a term that I'd never heard of called kayfabe. And in wrestling parlance, that represents the unspoken, unwritten, tacit agreement between the wrestlers and the fans about the illusion that's going on in the ring, the suspension of disbelief that what's going on in the ring is actually, we know it's scripted and we know it's a performance, but they ask us to think it's genuine and real. And so
I understand how we tied that back. So what he's pretty much saying is the financial system is making up all these bullshit numbers, which they are doing, right? Thing of 2% inflation because I tell these to people all the time, bro. You're gonna get back to 2% average all across the board, but most things that we don't even use day to day don't move, and the things that we do day to day, like food, gas prices, home prices, et cetera, all go up like damn near 80, 90, 100%. Look at prices of like stuff like a whole chicken in a grocery store from 2019 till now. You can't tell me it hasn't went up at least like 60, 70%. It absolutely has. So like they calculate all these things, right, that are inflation based and give an average, right? So they'll have stuff like clothes prices in there. They'll have gas. So we already talked about. We have electricity prices, price of electronics, all this stuff. Furniture. Like how often does someone buy furniture? So even though furniture went up like 0.5%, right? It's dragging down the overall average when the stuff that we really care about and use day to day and need to actually survive and live are exponential. Exponential. And then they ask you to believe everything that they're telling you when they lie to you, and every 4 years someone new comes in office and they switch the entire tune and direction of where the economy's going and where the country's going. It's all a game. It's all a big game, bro. Left wing, right wing, they're all in the same bird, bro. They're all in the same bird. Don't get fooled, bro.
That's what you think this is.
Yeah, we're in an economic kfab right now. And it's not just the United States, we're in it in the UK, in France, Greece, Italy, Japan being the biggest of all. It's this economic kfab. And the question is after this election, will we have a Minsky moment here in the United States and U.S. debt markets? Will we have a Minsky moment where all of a sudden there's a point of recognition that what's going to happen or what they're talking about is actually fiscally impossible, financially impossible?
Look, when you listen to what experts are saying, you know what Bitcoin is going to do in 2025. When you take a look at what's about to get resolved and what comes next after this and understand the entirety of US and global markets, because don't forget, Bitcoin and crypto is a global asset class. Make sure you subscribe to Altcoin Daily.
Subscribe to me, like for me, comment for me, subscribe to Altcoin Daily as well. I'm telling y'all, next year is going to be, been saying it. I'm super excited. I've been patiently waiting since the beginning of 2022. I've been patiently waiting. It's felt like forever to get to this point. But if you're anything like me, you've been stacking your chips and it's still not too late. You still got hopefully a few weeks left. But I don't know how much longer you have than that. But anyways, like and subscribe for more alpha. I'll be dropping some more information-based videos coming up. I know I keep saying that, but I'm super, super, super busy right now. But when they do drop, they'll be worth your time. So, like I said, subscribe for those, and I'll see you in the next one.